within the next week. It's okay if you forgot. It's fine. I was out, so I couldn't have done it anyways. I've only had one so far, I believe. So if you're one of the other people, please. Also, if you have met with your exact one-on-one person yet, reach out to them. Maybe they are busy, or maybe you missed an email or something. You just want to have them all done, preferably by the end of Thanksgiving break. I had another update, but I've been talking with Carolyn. I have a meeting scheduled with her to talk about the spring retreat, which is very fun and exciting. It'll be happening in the beginning of February. We'll be doing lots of fun things, lots of educational things. It's going to be a full day event, so you guys have to block out a full day, and it's mandatory, just like the fall retreat. If you miss it, there'll be 2 unexcused absences. And remember, once you hit a certain number of unexcused absences, you're up for impeachment. Once you hit a certain number, you are automatically impeached, no questions asked. So don't miss it. Bottom line. Those are all of my updates. We're going to move on to the executive treasurer. Take it away. Beautiful update.
We have a meeting and then last night we looked at 2 funding bills for WDMC pronoun bill and the other one for the November. Besides the line in the pot today. And then we also got the link to the stack form fix, and then I had Tom fix the letter and insertion. So everything should be working.
Beautiful. Moving on to the executive secretary. Take it away.
Sometimes probably the other ones, so I'll be turning out a week for within this week, and I'll also have it on the website for the access.
All right, that sounds good. So new in the agenda, you guys will have noticed the LHAC open input period. We had a lot of submissions, so I went through over the past week and I picked out a couple of people. I emailed 3. I don't know how many showed up because I never got to see the picture, but there's a few here. So how LHAC is going to work is you're going to state your name, your year, your major, and then whatever question you submitted. Please use only the question you submitted. We can expound upon it further if necessary, but you were picked for that question. I believe the topics cover food and dining, mental health, and sustainability, so some of that should come up today. You're going to give your input. We're going to be like, wow, that's wonderful. Let us refer you to X, Y, and Z. And we can ask questions in between. It shouldn't take too long. We're going to go ahead and start off with you. Take it away.
My majors are cognitive science, concentration science, and computational psychology and public health with concentration in mental health. I sit on the Health Center Advisory Board. This is my 4th year on the advisory board, so I'm here to talk about mental health today. I actually wanted to talk about something that you kind of briefly mentioned in the beginning, your update about the networking event that's upcoming. I had no idea that was happening, but I was going to talk to SJ, my open officer at the Wellness Center in terms of having visibility on campus and seeing that like partnership can say to students that SG does care for students' mental health, and that you are actively trying to work towards creating a safer, more mentally healthy environment for students.
And I believe one of the suggestions that you put in your form was doing like a partnership with the counseling center just to advertise like how to use it, because we have we're students, we have social media, so we can help advertise with that. So the committee that would work most closely with would be health, safety, and sustainability. Chair of that committee, would you mind raising your hand? She's back there. So I'll have you guys get in contact, or she will just do it and let you know that it happens. But that's something that students care about. So now you have an idea. I believe you were also here for LHAC. Take it away.
And I'm here today to propose a kind of a print for off-campus conference. Now, there's not really a lot of available options for off-campus students to continue to talk with Counsel. I believe that there is a conferencing program that goes on at the farmers market in Waverly every Saturday, specifically from last year 12 feet. And I think that a lot of students can't really make it to that or don't know about it. So I think that having any kind of available like job applications for or like job offers from the state content would be really helpful to kind of increase the overall sustainability of the JHE sphere.
And I believe that we can talk about that. Take it away. That's you. Yes. Do you want to talk about that bill that you're working on? In that case, we've spoken with it. I actually met with the composting people at the farmers market because I'm there like every weekend. And one of the people who runs it is a member of Hopkins administration faculty. So she's interested in partnering with us. Something will possibly be happening with that. We were trying to work on it before COVID, and then COVID happened and it kind of went to the back burner. And now again, health, safety, and sustainability will be taking care of that. So same contact information, and we will let you know when we get there. Anybody else here from LHAC today? No, our other person didn't show up, but that's okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to class council reports. You guys are free to stay or go, up to you. But thank you for coming, and I will.
Can you stay for a minute?
I have their contact information. Yes. You will get your incentives. I'll send you an email, and she will be on it. So you guys are good to go.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys coming.
Yeah, thanks, Dad. All right, class council reports, starting with seniors.
Howdy. Only real thing is that, paintball happened this weekend. It was a big success, I think. Major kudos to Grace, who was kind of our coordinator today. And look forward to maybe one final of that for the winter semester, and then looking forward to senior week.
Beautiful. We're moving on to juniors. Do we have a representative? Go ahead.
Purchase the class for our event.
All right, moving on to sophomores.
We have our karaoke event for the holidays. December 6th in Charles Commons. It'll be fun. And our church event starts off on the 18th. So,
Moving on to freshmen.
Games is in the second week after Thanksgiving break. Something came up with the catering that it got good or something, so we'll look into that. A potential speaker that either this semester or next, we'll see. Admin meetings, waiting on our platform dining, and kickoff meeting with housing this Friday.
All right, sounds good. We're going to go ahead and move on to committee reports. So starting with academic affairs.
So one of the things we talked about was maybe creating a joint KSSWC website to consolidate a whole lot of academic information and catalog and things like that. The second thing we talked about was the mental health phase update, which we passed last week. And then possibly doing that on the few days after Thanksgiving. So based on how it's looking right now, it doesn't look like it's going to be able to happen this fall just because the schedule's already been set. But one thing that they were willing to do was send out an informal email requesting the professors do it. They just wouldn't be able to enforce it. So we actually just received an email from them an hour ago. So they have sent it out. And we're hoping that some professors are more lenient about extending deadlines past Monday to Tuesday, Wednesday.
Actual update on that. The email was, unfortunately, it was only sent on the WSC side by Michael Falk. We're still waiting on the KSAS email to go out but this is just sent to faculty, so it's not students are going to see this email, but there was an email sent out by the deans requesting that if possible, please shift deadlines so that these are not the first 2 days.
Beautiful. Sounds good. Moving on to civic engagement. Go ahead. Oh, no, you're not done. You just have a lot going on. Go ahead.
Then we'll be talking about spring future planning and maybe cooking for itself. All right, now
Civic engagement can take it away.
election following conversation. We're going to find a time to meet with Carolyn and Dean Wilder, Andy Wilson, after Thanksgiving break, so that we can discuss how we can continue this. We're planning the active visit fair that we're holding in the spring, and that's where our Civic Engagement grant is going to come in. We're also working with WGMC for the pronoun foods.
Beautiful. Finance?
The WGMC growth as well as the SHA window, and this really some of the accent. But it's the further growth you're not there for.
Alrighty, moving on to HSS.
Okay, so the next semester, and then we're all going to be advertising or like posting the sorry event, which coming Thursday and then
Alrighty, moving on to IA. Say a word at least.
Okay.
Cool. Moving on. Student orgs. Student orgs representative.
Fine, but I always talk about like board reviews and re-registrations and if there's anything you add.
no.
Great. Student service. Good. Good.
Anyway, I think that at some point we talk about having additional like tiers of student organizations or how we can help with student organizations and not practice specifically because a lot of people want legitimacy. They really don't want the resources, they just want to be the forward and be recognized as some kind of situation. They also want marketing to help them get the numbers. And I think Austria can provide that without having specifically back them. And these are a lot more oftentimes people with like 10 people who just want to like talk with each other and like just want to find a reason to help it. And so I don't think that there's a big burden for us, but I didn't think that something that might find them.
Alrighty. Student services rep.
And that's how we just talk about student services. So our main thing is like the update on the Blue Jay data, and so that's probably going to be when we get out of break. And basically, Peter was saying that we hopes that senators will volunteer to like either go on the trip together or at least like help register people like when they're getting on the buses. And there's also been talks about like updating the freshman canon, so either extending the freshman canon salaries or like adding like more heating to the freshman canon, so it's like no. Also like I'm thinking about like adding more adding hot water, like a hot water dispenser, because that seems like something that a lot of people are interested in, and also possibly extending 30 hours for like reading and finally. That's what's in.
All right, that sounds good. Brief reminder to class presidents and committees, if you guys are having events, after your event, you have to do a write-up. The write-up form thingy is in the drive. I spoke about it a couple weeks ago. So like, just as an example, the paintball event, just a super quick, it went well. We had X amount of people and spent X amount of dollars. That way everybody else can see what you're doing. And you present it at GPM. It's like less than a 5-minute ordeal. So just a reminder on that. I will start texting you to annoy you if you have not done it. So that's what that is. Moving on to caucus reports, WGMC.
I don't think Nikki's here. She's absent, so.
Anybody else from WGMC want to talk about what's happening?
In the past time where we were in the expectation event to talk about the past two people in the benefits on one university system. And we're also planning an event in collaboration with Civic Engagement and Lighter Art for the weekend in spring. We're building and giving out among things so that we can normalize that on things more.
Sounds good. The Black Caucus. Alrighty. Moving on to advisory report.
Now, application, I have been extended to be on the security board, police enforcement committee. There is a image on the homepage of practice groups if you're interested in applying to that. Really curious, did any SGA student apply?
I think the accountability board for closed on the 14th.
They not extended. Oh. The form is extended, but do we have SGA people that apply?
I'm on it already.
Okay. That's extended, so I imagine that means they still need to fill it. So if y'all are interested in being a part of that committee, I strongly encourage you to apply. Some of the other ones, y'all already made updates, so the admin situation for next week, we'll figure out from exec. I am excited to work with Brianna for the spring retreat notes. What I will say is if there are ideas or things that you propose want to be addressed during the retreat, that you share that information with Brianna so that as we're planning, we don't leave it out. It's going to be fun, but it's also going to be super informational. So let's make sure we capture everything. There's going to be a lot of new staff that start in lead hopefully this fall before the semester is out. So once they officially start, I'm excited to announce who those folks are. There are 3 positions we're filling: the assistant director for student boards, and then 2 program specialists, I think that's what they're called, who will work with the tradition program and programming boards, which we're excited about having these staff. And then the last thing is lighting of the clause is on Friday, December 3rd. SJ will likely have a table at that, but it's also a huge traditions event. So for our first year students and for students who didn't get to participate on campus events last year, so typically our second year students, this is really exciting because there's fireworks, there's free stuff, it's a really cool. The last major thing I'll just mention is, I know that y'all are still continuing to work on passion projects, on projects, your class council stuff. What I am asking, and I will start to really enforce in the spring semester, is as you are communicating as a representative of SGA, that you please copy me on email so that I'm in the loop on some things, or when you are sending me information specifically. So if you're requesting that I review something or help you with something, that in the email you give some context. So when you send an email saying like, hey, I'm working on this thing, here's what I did started, here's what I need from you, can you talk? For email etiquette, that's helpful, but also for context so that I can actually help you, it'll be useful if you give that background information. Yeah, keep up the good work. We're almost to the end.
Boy. All right, moving on to new business. We're going to start off with the WGMC pronoun pin bill. I almost said that wrong. So, is Nikki here?
No.
Who would like to present that from the WGMC? Anyone else besides Elena from the WGMC here? You're getting nominated. Take it away. It's this one.
And we would appreciate if people who are presenting the bill could kind of come to the front to speak about it if they're comfortable.
I'm truly in a position where I'm comfortable.
Okay.
You can show there then. Go ahead.
These guys individual and you had pronouns in it, but they are currently pushing the pronouns by bill that we passed last year. So this would allow students to create their own chins from with prior artists to say their own pronouns or
whatever they want to basically throwing in the process. And yeah, we require that.
So the total amount right there is 170.48. You can see where it's going through. Hopefully everybody already read this because it was on the bill when it got sent out, and we all review the agendas ahead of time, always. So if anybody wants to motion for a moderated caucus, a Q&A, motion for voting procedure, to table, whatever you want. Can I have a second? All in favor? All opposed? For now, the voting procedure. All in favor of passing the pronoun pin bill, not pronoun pill bin, please say aye. All opposed? Any abstentions? We are currently in a motion, so we can't do that. You can have a point of information if you have a question, but otherwise we're going to do roll call and it is going to pass unless the person who motioned for it wants to withdraw, I believe. Also, update, I bought a copy of Robert's Rules, so I will get better at this. Do you have a question?
They can pin. So are we gonna have the pins like pre-made and then they design it in the table? Because I worked with pins for the campaign and it takes a long time. Yeah, that's how it's gonna be. We're gonna have little paper circles that you can either there'll be things on it or they can design new stuff.
We're going to redo voting after that. All in favor of passing this bill? All opposed? Any abstentions? We're meeting.
Point of information. Who sent this bill, / did anyone from the WGMC send this bill to finance?
This is excellent. Like all the bills it's not like that. I'm quite wondering you guys need to work on that.
We had received word that it was passed by finance. Sharon, point of information, let it pass by finance. I'm sorry guys, the bill is going to be withdrawn from the agenda and be put on the agenda for the meeting after we come back from Thanksgiving break.
AKA table. Can we figure it out if they are open? Well, we couldn't follow the time limit.
Or if you like one creature meeting, mayor and maker for the bill codes, work with the committees involved with that.
Please.
Delay for 1 to 2 days.
Also, point of information, this
Motion for a agreement with us.
Can I get a second? All in favor? All opposed? All right.
You're there. Point of order. Oh, and team.
Yeah. And the glue guns that don't match the size of the glue things, like there's a lot of things that need to be
Okay. Table this bill until finance can review it and get back to WGMC and we can figure out what happened. The bill is being tabled to next week. We need to whatever. Next GBM.
You don't need to table because if it wasn't passed, procedural error.
Beautiful. The reason for tabling it will be put down as procedural error in the notes, just so you're aware. Let me X out of that, which means we get to hop over to the next item of new business, which is the WGMC tabling bill, which will also be presented by somebody from WGMC. Kobe?
or item to table with so that
I didn't read the text then.
hear the word about WGMC. And we also have the Zcash raffle again, where if you show that you update your system with pronouns and get entered for more chance to get $10.
This one seems pretty simple. Right. Okay. Beautiful. Can I get motions for anything? Also, please raise your placard if you're motioning. Or
Point of information. Just make sure finance is not awesome.
Okay, they duplicated the format. Alrighty. Can I get a second? All in favor of moving into voting procedure? Any opposed? Any abstentions? We are now in voting procedure. By the way, in voting procedure, there's no side conversation at all. It's just ayes, nays, and abstentions, and then points of information. All in favor of passing this bill? Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right. Congrats, this bill is passed. We're 1-1. Alrighty. We're going to be moving on to the SGA Lord of the Quad. Nope. Lord of the Quad State. Not Lord of the Rings. My bad. Sorry. Yeah, I did say Lord of the Quads. We're going to gloss over that. The executive president and Angela are going to talk about this, so you guys can take it away. I'll give you approximately like 10 minutes.
So Angela will be presenting on my behalf.
So, for SGA, we're that quad, and so this is going to happen every day, and it's a lot of visibility on campus. So a lot of other clubs and boards and figures as well, and turning out things. So we want to do that as well, and we're planning on getting insomnia to be Krispy Kreme bread and SGA being because it'll be cold and that'll be cute. So it's going to be about
Yes. Yes.
$877. So, yeah.
Do you yield your time? Can I have a motion for something?
Motion for a 5-minute moderated practice of 30 seconds speaking time.
Can I get a second? All in favor? All opposed? Any abstentions? We're now in a 5-minute moderated caucus with speaking times.
5 days we have left for the.
That's a question that I don't know the answer to, but treasurer will get back. Okay. No, she can point of order it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just curious.
Kobe, Shalala?
Like, it seems to me that we could maybe go, like, the donuts are cheap. Like, why don't we get more of them? And then also, I wanted to see if we could have options for people with dietary.
Beautiful. Next up is Kobe, and then Shalala, and then Karen. Karen, is that a point of order? Point of order. Okay, go ahead. Kobe.
Donuts not vegan, but in some they could be the ones you order or must be vegan. So that was like the dietary restriction.
Alrighty, Shalala. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the SGA logo if we can get it, but the SGA logo has to be finalized first.
So if it's not the SGA,
Good. No.
if it's not the SGA logo that we've been previously using, like if our new logo doesn't get approved in time for us to order this, we're going to default to our original SGA logo that was on the water bottle.
Yes. I'm next on the speakers list, and then it's Karen and then Suba. For me, do we know if any of these options are kosher? Anybody? Or is that something we can find out? Because I know that there's a pretty strict, like, large Jewish population on campus that won't be able to eat these if they're not kosher. So if somebody could get back to me on that, or if they have a point of information. And then, in addition, what's the total number of insomnia cookies? Because it just has a price. Okay, it was 100. That's not where I got price. Sorry. Angela, say it again. Beautiful. That sounds amazing. It's going to be, if you have a point of something, you have to raise your hand. I'm sorry. Kobe? Okay, cool. Just put a sign up that says that. Karen, your turn.
The census to say yeah. Isn't that cute? And that is 50 for $140 or $100 for $315.
Wow.
No, it's all more expensive.
That was I have no idea what to do with that information, so I'm going to move to the next person on the list. It's going to go Suba and then Mahak.
Just for what I was gonna say.
Do you yield your time, and then I'll add you back if you remember. Mahat,
So
guys, side conversations down, please.
I yield my time back to you after I ask my question. So are you suggesting a friendly amendment to change something on this bill to add the sister cupcakes? Or are you just throwing that out there for the future reference? Okay.
Beautiful.
Next time though.
I'm going to step back on the speakers list. For this event, can we please have it doesn't have to be a big sign or anything, but a sign that says, these are vegan, these are kosher, something like that, just so people are aware of it, because I think that'll encourage more people to go if they know they can actually eat it. Next on the speakers list is Nathan, and then, actually, I need an extension first.
I'll motion to extend by minutes.
All right, all in favor? All opposed? Any abstentions? Extended by 3 minutes. Nathan, Shalala, and then...
we're not going to be the only giveaway, food giveaway for letting of the class, right? So I'm assuming there's majority of stuff is going to be given away. There's going to be food and cocoa and all the normal letting of the class things. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Do you want to be on the speakers list because you motioned or no?
No.
All right, yield your time to Shalala. Shalala.
No, my concept is meat or another 90 days restaurant or
That is not nothing. Anybody else want to be added to the speakers list? Suba? Did you remember? Well, I'm giving her a second. Open. Can I get a motion to close? Can I get a second? All in favor? All opposed? Any abstentions? We are now out of the moderated caucus. The floor is open for any other motions. Director Jackson.
Motion. Sorry.
All in favor? All opposed? Any abstentions? We are now in voting procedure. All in favor of passing this bill, please say aye. All opposed? Any abstentions? All right, it's passed. Also, if you have a point of information or point of order, raise your placard/hand very high, because I can't tell from down here. Alrighty, congratulations, it is passed. We're going to have a full tabling event. Please advertise it. I will be getting free stuff.
Coming down. She also has a shirt.
Alrighty, we're going to move on to the Sga Expectations Discussion, which is by President Ali and... No? Okay. Can you text Mahak?
Okay, hi guys. You know me, back at every meeting with a discussion. Making all kinds of excited about the facilitate conversation. Okay, so in previous years, Esther had a work log, which is on our website. It's on our website, but it's also within our drive. And what it kind of helps keep track of are any projects, initiatives, bills that people are writing, so people can collab with. So we would really appreciate if you guys could fill those out. That is kind of a requirement.
Not kind of, it is.
It is a requirement, yes, correct. I'm just myself with the words. And so they need to be submitted weekly. We haven't really been enforcing this, but as the semester is winding down and we see how a lot of people want to be in on different initiatives or different projects and then they don't know who to talk to, it's a good way to kind of facilitate our collaboration. So next semester, we're going to institute mandatory updates to the work log every week, just like with attendance sheets. And if you guys want to get comfortable using it, you can use this semester and the rest of the semester to kind of, see how you want to use the Excel sheet, basically.
You do have to fill out the work log, but you don't have to do it weekly this semester, if I understand that correctly?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And if you would like to retroactively fill it out for any projects or things that you've worked on, that would also be great. It also kind of helps you out for next year, helps you out with if you're running again, you can be like, oh, I want to, reference the work log with all the work I did last year, so you can know hey, so, keep that on the lookout. Also kind of helps with when the next year SGA comes in, they can kind of fall back on the work log to see what stuff has already been worked on and kind of have you guys as talking, point people, basically.
Beautiful. I'm going to recommend a motion for a 5-minute recess now so people can go fill out their work logs, because we should have that done before the admin event, which is coming up shortly. So if anyone would like to motion for that, I strongly recommend it, but I can't motion for anything. You don't have to. You can motion for something else as well. But we would like to have you guys fill it out during this meeting right now, just a little bit. Uh-huh.
Can we link?
We can link the work log to this. Let's pull it up right now. 1 second. Pausing. While we're linking the work log, do I have motions for it? Could be a moderated caucus, Q&A, recess. What's your motion?
Wait. The motion.
I recognize Harvey's motion. If anybody has a point of something, they can have someone second it right now. Have someone second it. Then you guys can vote his motion down. Guys, I recognize one motion on the floor. Can I get a second? If there's no second, it dies. If there is a second, you guys can just vote no on it. I didn't get a second. All right, we'll be moving on to the next order of business. But guys, you have to fill out the work log. Like, for realsies, we want to have it done ASAP because it's totally blank right now and it's on the website and that looks bad. So, beautiful. It's now linked in the agenda, so if you guys want to fill it out during this meeting, you can. Please have it done ASAP. We're going to be moving on to the Sga Shared Governance Council, which is presented by me. Do you have a point?
Yeah, before we go. So for the next, whatever we're going to get this winter and next year.
All right, cool. Sounds good. The Sga Shared Governance Council. This is super duper quick. I'm pretty sure Mehek has nominated herself for it, so this is fine. Basically, Christopher Cannon reached out to me. They're creating a shared governance council across like Peabody, Bloomberg, graduates, undergraduates, all over. The first meeting, I believe, is on December 6th. They're looking for a representative from Sga. Because I was sick when he was emailing me and was on a lot of drugs, I did not answer him. So, yeah, you should see some of the emails I sent out while I was in the ER. They are crazy. So Mehek is currently on it. If anybody is interested in being on this council, feel free. If anybody wants more information about it, Christopher Cannon is running it. I will CC you on it. Suga. You're interested. Beautiful. If you're interested, send me an email and I'll CC you on my next one to Christopher Cannon. Last time I spoke to him, it was an indefinite number. He wanted at least one, but he wasn't sure how big he wanted it to go. So I will ask. I just needed to gauge interest first. Are you also interested? Okay. So sounds like we have 5 people interested. If you are interested in this, please raise your hand now, just so I have a general count. Oh my God. Okay. I don't think we can have that many. Yeah. Kind of like 2. I will email you or send a message in Teams, and we'll figure something out. Cool. Beautiful. We don't need any motions for this. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next thing. If you have questions, you can meet with me after GBM to ask. Now we're going to move on to the Critical Ethnic Studies Survey by President Kobe.
What? Seconded.
All in favor? It's his, so if he wants to motion to table. All in favor of motioning this, tabling this bill, please say aye. All opposed? Any abstentions? All right. That was the quickest we've ever done that. All right. We're now moving on to prospective business. We'll talk about that later. Does anybody have anything that's going to be on the... Oh, wait, we have the admin networking thing, possibly next time.
Yeah, so since we have a possibility of turning our next, the meeting after Thanksgiving into the admin networking / admin meeting on the topics that we want, there's a possibility that we might not have enough time to have bills on the agenda. But we're going to try to get them on the agenda next week, pending Carolyn. No, that's our last meeting this semester. Pending Carolyn and Kelvin's discussion. So if there are bills that absolutely need to get passed by the end of this semester, email or text them to exec board and CC Carolyn on your email by the end of this week. And we'll try to work with you guys to get those bills passed before the end of the semester if they're time sensitive.
If you have any of those or any upcoming events or anything like that for your year, please raise your hand now. I'll give you like 5 seconds. All right. We're going to go ahead and move on to the announcements part of this. So if anybody has any announcements, please raise your hand. We're going to start with Talia. That would be a great time to pass out your flyers.
But because they were not doing like presentations, but they gave me flyers to hand out. So this is just to kind of like promote civic engagement, you guys, so they're like partnering with program or like applying to program and didn't have it out.
Any other announcements? Harvey?
I didn't even know. Yes, but I don't have going to inform about that they might be called some of the specifically, please let me know. They reached out in 20 miles with like rebuilding a lot of their implementation for accommodations. So just let me know if there's something specific that is going to make your questions and I will pass it on.
Beautiful. Come on.
Here, if you have any interesting ideas, then my way of being much.
Beautiful. It's a lot of money. Announcement. Any other announcements? Otherwise, I'll do mine. Also, guys, please keep it down until SGA is over. Just keep quiet for right now until we're done with announcements and we move on. Well, I don't know if I feel so mean. Okay, so my announcements. You guys have gotten an email that talked about having food at events. Please read that email. You guys are people who host events, so the possibility of having food is a wonderful thing. And you just heard that we have lots of money. So feel free to use it. Feel free to partner with student organizations. My other announcement is finals week is coming up. Thanksgiving break is coming up. I know we had a really hard, whatever it was, 11 weeks. I know we had a really hard 11 weeks without a break, so please take Thanksgiving break to recharge. If anybody is having any issues, mental health-wise, physical-wise, let us know and we'll work something out with you. Obviously, your health comes first. I have one announcement, but I'll let Suba go first.
I just remembered this, but for these feedback and writing, like send out a survey basically if you have any complaints or anything about responses. Even though that survey is closed, if you still have any type of complaint or anything, and that has shown up after the fact that you have closed, send it to me or Veda, and you can request like, hey, I want this brought up to them anonymously or with contact info included, and we can. Like, this goes for people in this room, people outside this room, like, please send that info up. So, because I know, like, with, like, Thanksgiving break coming up and, like, having 1 week before, like, finals, like, a lot of professors try to, like, pull stuff during that time. So, if anyone has any concerns or wants to, like, bring things to, like, you know, the vice dean's attention, like, please let us know because this is a rough time.
Cool. Karen?
And I also, the money that was allocated to students for the fall semester will be getting recalled by the lead office and then redistributed into the spring semester. So if you have not spent their money by or made a purchase request by now, please make it before December. If you have anything else on the time in the first semester.
Cool. And then my last announcement is if anybody has any like fun ideas for the spring retreat. In the past, we've done an escape room. We had a hypnotist come. We've had a lot of really, really fun stuff, but COVID makes it hard. I'm having difficulty coming up with ideas. Text me, email me, talk to me after GBM. I really want to hear your ideas. Make them as crazy as possible. I don't care. We'll figure it out. Kind of information. Go ahead. We'll have a retreat summary when it gets closer to it, but I can talk to you after the GBM. It's not anything fleshed out now, but I will update the freshmen. Don't worry. You're good. Any other announcements right now? Going once? Going twice? Oh, Happy Blue Jay Tuesday. That was it. Alrighty. Yes. It's kind of a running joke. You wear blue on Tuesdays. Happy Blue Jay Tuesday. Congrats to the people wearing blue today. You followed through. Public input period. The 2 members of the public that are here. Any of you have anything to input? No? All right. Can I get a second? Second. All in favor? All opposed? Any abstentions? Yay! Why do we have a call to order after?
Right, and on the view, and the